Good morning, Schickler family. My name is Isabel.
And my name is Mrs. Jones, and we're so happy it's Friday! TGIF! Today's date is Friday, May 28th. Remember, we do not have school on Monday.
It's supposed to be 50 degrees and rainy.
Hey. 50 degrees, 50 grados y está lloviendo. Hoy es viernes, el 28 de mayo. We are going to count. Vamos a contar. You ready? Listos? Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Feliz Fiesta Friday.
Oh, wait, I feel like we have a birthday pretty soon.
Oh, there is actually a couple cumpleaños.
Let's talk about some cumpleaños on this.
See, this weekend, este fin de semana, el 30 de mayo, there's a couple birthdays happening in the building. Mrs. Jordan has a birthday. Senorita has a birthday. Mr. Sporman's oldest daughter has a birthday. There might be others out there too.
My dad.
Oh, tu padre tiene un cumpleaños.
Sunday's going to be a great day.
Es un día bueno. Adios.
Adios. All right, today's lunch choice is
Our fun lunch.
Fun lunch, because it is Fun Friday. If you don't know, we do have 10 days till summer. Miss Sanders kindly made this the final countdown for us. And next week, we will get into what we will do our final week for Spirit Days. But that's not next week, that's the following week. And just a reminder, don't come to school on Monday because no one will be here. So a couple things in school news today, teachers. If you could, please put your recycling outside your door so that we are not disruptive to you, especially if you're testing. These lovely ladies will be around to collect it. Miss Vangel is collecting your summer reading, sorry, Isabel, is collecting the blue summer reading sheets. And all of these children and families will be entered to win prizes, boys and girls. I'm going to put them in the showcase down by our room. We have tons and tons of books and prizes. I just wanted to show you one. Maybe. This might be one of my favorites. A tie-dye kit with t-shirts and a tie-dye poppet. Brilliant. And some fun books. One of my favorites, purple, green, and yellow, which I'm going to read today after this live broadcast. What else we got going today? Oh, today is the last day to turn in your summer basket things. And teachers, that's it. Oh yeah, teachers, I'll be around to help do some math testing. We ready? I think that's it. We got everything. Stand. Place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At Schickler, I belong to a school family who loves me. Today and every day, I will form friendships, accept others, make every day matter, have integrity always, and love to learn. Don't you love to learn? You, me, us, we. Schickler family. All right, like I said, my friends are coming around to get recycling. If you want to hang on, I will be reading one of my most favorite books, Purple, Green, and Yellow by Robert Munch. Okay, Addison's going around. Addison's going around. I need you. Bridget went to her mother's and said, I need some coloring markers. All my friends have coloring markers. They draw wonderful pictures, Mommy. I need some coloring markers. Oh, no, said her mother. I've heard about those coloring markers. Kids draw on walls, they draw on the floor, they draw on themselves. You can't have any coloring markers. Well, said Bridget, there are these new coloring markers. They wash off with just water. I can't get into any trouble with coloring markers that wash off. Get me some of those. Well, said her mother, all right. So her mother went out and got Bridget 500 washable coloring markers. Bridget went up to her room and drew wonderful pictures. She drew lemons that were yellower than lemons, and roses that were redder than roses, and oranges that were oranger than oranges. Her mother was amazed. She said, wow, my kid is an artist. But after a week, Bridget got bored. She went to her mother and said, Mom, did I draw on the wall? No, said her mother. Did I draw on the floor? No, said her mother. Did I draw on myself? No, said her mother. Well, said Bridget, I didn't get into any trouble and I need some new coloring markers. All my friends have them. Mommy, there are coloring markers that smell. They have ones that smell like roses and lemons and oranges, and even ones that smell like cow plops. Mom, they have coloring markers that smell like anything you want. Mom, I need those coloring markers. Her mother went out and got her 500 coloring markers that smelled. Then Bridget went upstairs and she drew pictures. She drew lemons that smelled like lemons, and roses that smelled like roses, and oranges that smelled like oranges, and cow plops that smelled like cow plops. And you're probably imagining in your head what a cow plop is. Think hard. Her mother said, wow, my kid is an artist. But after a week, Bridget got bored. She said, Mom, did I draw on the floor? No, said her mother. Did I draw on the walls? No, said her mother. Did I draw on myself? No, said her mother. Well, said Bridget, I need some new coloring markers. These are the best kind. All my friends have them. They are super indelible, never come off till you're dead, and maybe even later markers. Mom, I need them. So her mother went out and got 500 super indelible, never come off till you're dead, and maybe even later coloring markers. Bridget took them and drew pictures for 3 weeks. She drew lemons that looked better than lemons, and roses that looked better than roses, and oranges that looked better than oranges, and sunsets that looked better than sunsets. Then she got bored. She said, I'm tired of drawing on the paper, but I am not going to draw on the walls, and I am not going to draw on the floors, and I am not going to draw on myself. But everybody knows it's okay to color your fingernails. Even my mother colors her fingernails. So Bridget took a purple super indelible, never come off till you're dead, and maybe even later coloring marker, and she colored her thumbnail bright purple. And that was so pretty, she colored all her fingernails purple, yellow, and black. And that was so pretty, she colored her hands yellow, green, and red. And that was so pretty, she colored her face purple, green, yellow, and blue. And that was so pretty, she colored herself all sorts of colors, almost entirely all over. Then Bridget looked in the mirror and said, what have I done? My mother is going to kill me. So she ran into the bathroom and washed her hands for half an hour. Nothing came off. Her hands still looked like mixed up rainbows. Did you hear that hyperbole in there? My mother is going to kill me. It's not really. It's just a saying, right? Then she had a wonderful idea. She reached way down into the bottom of the coloring markers and got a special colored marker. It was the same color she was. She took that marker and colored herself all over until she was regular color again. In fact, she looked even better than before. Almost too good to be true. She went downstairs and her mother said, "Why, Bridget, you're looking really good today." "Right," said Bridget. Then her mother said, "It's time to wash your hands for dinner." But Bridget was afraid that the special color would not stick to the colors underneath, so she said, "I already washed my hands." But her mother smelled her hands and said, no soap. She took Bridget into the bathroom and washed her hands and face. All the special color came off and Bridget looked like mixed up rainbows. "Oh no," said her mother. "Bridget, did you color your hands with the coloring markers that wash off?" "No." "Bridget, did you color your hands with the coloring markers that smell?" "No." "Did you use the super indelible, never come off till you're dead, and maybe even later coloring markers?" "Yes." "Yikes," yelled her mother. She called the doctor and said, "Help, help, help. My daughter has colored herself with the super indelible, never come off till you're dead, and maybe even later coloring markers." "Oh dear," said the doctor. "Sometimes they never come off." The doctor came over and gave Bridget a large orange pill. She said, "Take this pill, wait 5 minutes, and then take a bath." So Bridget took the pill, waited 5 minutes, and jumped into the bathtub. Her mother stood outside the door and yelled, "Is it working? Is it working?" "Yes," said Bridget. "Everything is coming off." And Bridget was right. Everything had come off. And when Bridget walked out of the bathroom, she was invisible. "Oh no," yelled her mother. "You can't go to school. If you're invisible, you can't go to the university if you're invisible. You'll never get a job if you're invisible. Bridget, you've wrecked your life." "Don't worry," said Bridget. She ran into her room, got the special colored marker, and colored herself entirely all over until you couldn't tell the difference. In fact, she looked even better than before, almost too good to be true. But her mother said, "Bridget, you can't go through life like that. You're just a picture. Everyone will know there is something wrong with you." "No, they won't," said Bridget. "Yes, they will," said her mother. "No, they won't. I colored Daddy while he was taking a nap, and you haven't noticed anything." "Good heavens," yelled her mother, and she ran into the living room and looked at Daddy. He looked even better than before, almost too good to be true. "Doesn't he look great?" asked Bridget. "I couldn't even tell the difference," said her mother. "Right," said Bridget, "and neither will he. As long as he doesn't get wet." So boys and girls, in this story, you probably heard the repetition over and over again. Authors use that, and you think about using that in your writing as well. There's a couple winners that we just got. Aiden B. from Zadie's class, come on down. Aaron from Sporman's class. Allison from Fish's class. Tori from Vantine. Aria Brown from Bidlax. Tanner from Richardson. Colin from Rowley. Addison from Rosanka. Delaney from Mrs. Carter, I'm going to guess. And Hannah from Schlund. Come on down. Happy Friday, boys and girls. Enjoy your